Hey everyone, it's your boy Coy, and it's Thursday, so happy Friday Eve to you. This is CNN 10. We have an awesome show for you today, so without further ado, let's do what we do. We start today with the latest news out of China. Foxconn, one of Apple's largest suppliers, is racing to control a COVID-19 outbreak at its campus in the central Chinese city of Zhengzhou. Trending social media videos show anxious workers reportedly fleeing the lockdown facility earlier this week after experiencing food shortages and difficult living conditions, including mandatory isolation. The city, which has a population of more than 12 million people, identified dozens of COVID-19 cases last month, and the Chinese government shows few signs of easing its COVID policies. These events highlight how China's strict zero-COVID policy is hurting international business. We'll hear now from my colleague Selena Wang, the CNN international correspondent, reporting on the chaotic conditions at the Foxconn factory.
Chaos at Foxconn, one of Apple's largest suppliers. Its Zhengzhou factory, which is its largest iPhone assembly factory in central China, is trying to contain a COVID flare-up. But workers are fleeing the COVID restrictions. Viral videos on social media show masses of workers carrying their luggage, trekking long distances across highways. Workers in recent days have been flooding social media with complaints about subpar living conditions, the poor quality of food, and the difficulty in getting enough food amid the intense COVID restrictions. The exodus is putting major strain on Foxconn at a critical period just before the holiday season. It's another reminder of how China's zero-COVID policy is hurting international businesses. According to analyst estimates, the Zhengzhou factory accounts for as much as 85% of Apple's iPhone assembly capacity. According to Counterpoint Research, they estimate that this could jeopardize 10 to 30% of the iPhone 14 production if this situation doesn't stabilize in the near term. Now, according to state media, Foxconn is trying to boost capacity production at other sites. The company says it is actually quadrupling bonuses for workers at the Zhengzhou plant in order to incentivize workers to stay. But zero COVID is clearly still having a massive impact on businesses, on people's daily lives. The entire city of Zhengzhou, which is home to more than 12 million people, it's been under lockdown since late October. These constant lockdowns in China are causing global businesses to reevaluate the reliability of China as a production base. In fact, Apple has been increasing production in places like India in order to reduce its dependency on China. Selena Wang, CNN, Beijing.
10-second trivia. In Spanish, the word manta means what? Blanket, bread, balloon, or basket? Manta refers to a type of cloak or blanket, which is why manta rays share the name describing the look of the animal's large, flat, diamond-shaped bodies. Today is CNN's Call to Earth Day, which aims to highlight the conservation work of organizations and individuals around the world. And in connection with that, we have a special feature with marine scientist and Rolex Awards laureate Kerstin Forsberg, who's working to protect manta rays in her home country of Peru. I recently had a chance to talk with her about her experience beneath the waves.
The ocean is our source of life. The ocean touches us in every single second. It's, connected with our atmosphere. The ocean provides resources. The ocean provides oxygen in our planet. The ocean provides so many different things to inspire us, even on a cultural or emotional level.
What made you fall in love with the ocean? Why did you choose this path?
I was passionate about nature and the environment and animals ever since I was a kid. I was always reading about animals, reading about nature. And then I think as I grew up and I decided to start a career in biology, it became really clear to me that the ocean was in real trouble and that a lot of people needed to really start to think about the importance that the ocean has on our everyday lives.
You have designed and developed dozens of environmental initiatives. What are some of the biggest challenges facing our oceans and ocean life right now?
We're taking all the resources out of it. we're polluting the ocean. We're putting all our waste and dumping all our waste into it. So it's really about thinking of us as our everyday and how we connect to the ocean and how we can depend on the ocean, but we can also shape the ocean. So through sustainable seafood consumption, through making sure that we are utilizing our waste properly. And that's how we're going to ultimately stop those challenges, which at the end are all about overexploitation, pollution, and also climate change and habitat destruction. We started building a network of schools. It's called the Marine Educators Network of Northern Peru. And this network of schools started to grow in over 50 local schools in Northern Peru, connecting between each other with teachers starting to incorporate ocean literacy within classrooms, but then building on that, having youth start developing their own environmental projects that benefited their communities. First of all, we work with schools, we partner together with schools and with teachers, and we develop an ocean literacy training program in which kids learn about the ocean, learn about how we're connected to the ocean, but even beyond that, they learn about environmental leadership and how to develop their own project. So we're giving them the tools on how to develop a project, how to set out goals, how to develop your own budget, how to track your progress. And in doing that, connect kids. So we're developing feedback between each other and really developing this sense of global citizenship at the end, right? We all need to start connecting between ourselves as global citizens in order to move forward and address sustainability challenges.
Well, we have a special day, Call to Earth Day. I'm sure you have something up your sleeve or two.
For Call to Earth Day, we will be hosting an activity in Northern Peru with over 40 different youth. These are local university students, and we're partnering with a series of local organizations, including from the regional government and civil society and conservation areas. So it's really about having everybody together. It's going to be a huge celebration where different organizations come together, with different youth come together, and again, where different disciplines, right, come together, and ultimately land and sea come together. So that's what it's all about for us. Call to Earth is a celebration of our planet that connects us all.
Kerstin Forsberg, your smile, your passion are contagious. You inspire us as we aspire to make this world a bit of a better place. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
For today's 10 out of 10, we may have bitten off more than we can chew. The world's longest ever passenger train took a trip through the Swiss Alps. What ingenuity. This train is 1.2 miles long, made up of 100 cars. It had to be a slocomotive, taking about an hour to complete a 15-mile trip through 22 tunnels, over 48 bridges. The record-breaking event took place on October 29th, the 175th anniversary of Switzerland's first railway. For your news, for some fun, we're here for you, train or shine. And so is shout out time. Mrs. Bush's class at Bosqueville Middle School in Waco, Texas. Think it, speak it, believe it. Did you know that today, November 3rd, is National Stress Awareness Day? So, like my 4-year-old daughter tells me, smell the flowers, cool the soup. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, don't fret about the future. Don't worry about the past. Just take a deep breath and embrace the power of now. I'm Coy, and this is CNN 10.